Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. Today I'm sitting in the 02 S-10, and if you're not familiar with that vehicle, I did do a little intro video on it, and I will put that link in the description below. Well, my better half has been driving this for the past few weeks to and from work, and she came home the other day and mentioned that the check engine light came on. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Now, I used to work at an O'Reilly's auto parts store, and I worked there for a few years, and if any of you are familiar with this, they have a service where they have a engine scan tool, and what they can do is hook up to your car for you and see what codes are coming up when they run the diagnostic. And they do that for a few reasons. One, it's really good customer service and can save you some money. But they want to sell you something. They want you to buy a part or something and try and figure it out, which is actually, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than going to a mechanic and paying whatever shop rates are, and could take a couple hours for them, and it could be something really simple where you would save a lot of money by doing it yourself. But anyways, I worked there for a couple of years, and I scanned hundreds of vehicles. And I'm going to be honest with you, 90% of the codes that came up had to deal with the gas cap. And it would come up as evaporative emissions control. And basically that meant you probably filled your gas tank up to the nearest dollar. You round it up instead of just stopping when it clicks off by itself. There are sensors and stuff in some of the newer vehicles, and that will throw a code every time. My dad used to have a Chevy pickup that he would leave running in the wintertime. Obviously, Minnesota, you leave your vehicle running. He'd fill up, and then he'd put his gas cap back on, and he would get a check engine light maybe 15-20 miles later, and he'd go get it cleared, and every time it was the same thing, and they told him, turn the car off when you fill up, and it has something to do with some pressure, and there's a vapor canister and things, and so there's some stuff there that and if it wasn't the evaporative emissions control, it was an O2 sensor. Those can get a little costly, but they're not too bad. They're very easy to replace most of the time. Most of the time. Some vehicles have 4, some have 2, some have 1. So it can get a little costly when they can run up to $100 a piece, and basically it kind of looks like an oversized spark plug with a wire hanging off of it. But fortunately enough for me, I happen to have access to a scan tool of my own to use. So we're going to see what this code is, and then we're going to look it up and see what the cause of that is and what the recommended repairs are for that. So let's get started. At O'Reilly's we used Bosch, and this is an Innova. So it's probably the same. There is a little instruction book with it, but I'm not reading that crap because I'm kind of sure I know how to do it. But we'll find out. So what you want to do first is locate your OBD2 port, and it's going to look like this, the opposite connection to this, and usually it is under the driver's side dash, and mine happens to be located right by the parking brake pedal. It could be on the right hand side of the steering wheel, down by where your keys are, Sometimes I've seen them down there. Sometimes they're in the glove box. So for some foreign models, I think there was some crazy foreign model that came in and it was actually in the armrest, center console. So some of the older Ford pickups actually they're under the hood, but that'd be an OBD1, and that's real general. Anything now that's real computer aided as far as a vehicle goes is going to have a lot more in-depth messages to send out because everything is under a sensor. But let's hook this thing up and see what happens. Okay, here's my port right here. As like you can see, it's right underneath the dash. It's not real hidden, but it is out of the way. It's down by the pedal and the hood release. So what we're going to do is plug this thing in. Okay, so I'm plugged in, and what you're going to want to do is just turn the key to auxiliary. Let everything come up. And as you can see, the check engine light is going to be on at this stage normally anyways. But this tool here, if I can get this for you good, some of these tools will automatically detect what the vehicle is, and that helps out a lot. Otherwise, you can manually type it in as well. So let's see what we got here. New vehicle. We'll push green. (2002) S-10. Let's try automatic. General Motors 2002 Chevy S-10 4.3 V6 automatic. And bam, there's our code, P0442. Check for loose or faulty gas cap. Check for faulty or clogged evap canister or faulty vacuum lines. Okay, so that's pretty much exactly what I was thinking. Generic evaporative emission system, small leak detected. Okay. So we're going to erase the codes, turning the light off. We know that it's nothing we have to repair. We just have to make sure the gas cap's on tight. So it says erasing clears all DTCs, freeze frame data, and resets. Are you sure? Yes. Erase was successful. Okay, so there's no other codes showing. So let's turn it on here once and see if that goes away. Perfect. Well, that turned out to be fairly easy, and I'm glad it was nothing more than a loose gas cap. Like I said, 90% of the codes that are thrown are pretty much either a gas cap or a oxygen sensor, O2 sensor. So I'm glad it was the cheaper of the two, which actually I don't have to do anything except for snap the cap on, give her a little twist, and call it good. Well, with that little issue taken care of, I'm going to call it a day. Hope you enjoyed. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, thumbs up, whatnot. Until next time, as always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.